The more fragrances I buy from ARMAF, the more I get to love this fragrance house. In my hands, I have a very beautiful white floral fragrance, which is called Belle EDP. This fragrance was launched in 2025 and it's still kind of new and fresh on the market. And it has very beautiful notes. And at the end of my review, I'll tell you what clone this one is for. So let me start with telling you how good the presentation of the bottle is. You probably already know that ARMAF is very famous for its bottles presentation. If you've ever purchased any ARMAF fragrance before, you know about that. All the bottles are different. If the design of the bottle of a specific line is the same, then at least the color will be different, which makes this brand be even more distinctive, not only for their beautiful juices, but also for the marketing too. And this bottle is not an exception. The lid feels kind of heavy, but not too heavy. On top of the atomizer, there is the brand name engraved, which gives a more chic feeling about the brand. And the bottle feels comfortable as well, and also kind of a good quality, I would say. The top opens up beautifully. The air instantly fills up with the notes of white flowers that are so alluring and seductive for me. So what I sense in the first few seconds is a bunch of beautiful, very realistic white flowers and lots of Freesia. I love how Freesia smells. I didn't get any bergamot. I guess it is in very, very small quantities though, and the florals cover it completely. I feel jasmine. It gives a very feminine, sensual and attractive facet to the scent. I also imagine a white, smooth silk-like fabric which is soaked in with Freesia and jasmine. This sexiness and smoothness all in one. I don't particularly feel peach and pear, but I'd say that maybe the peach gives a bit of warmth to the opening, also a bit of juiciness, but not as in the fruity composition. And a bit of, I would say, sweetness, but very moderate, very close to like a flower sweetness, if that makes sense. Then slowly, we're moving towards the middle notes. And here we have lily of the valley, freesia, tuberose, rose and plum. I need to mention that the scent becomes a bit more even in a way, not that sharp floral as in the beginning, a bit softer, smoother, more elegant, clean, sexy and feminine. I feel a bit of sweetness still present, and I believe it comes from the plum, a bit like a jammy character, but not too much, just enough to make the scent be interesting. Then I feel a bit of rose, which is very, very moderate, and it doesn't take over the all other notes, but only complements them. And the white floral composition is still present throughout the entire performance of the scent. I feel freesia, which I love so much. It starts to feel a little more synthetic though, but still very delicate and sexy and smooth and tender. I wouldn't say that I feel lily of the valley too much, but it may be there in very small quantities as well that I don't even detect. And same goes for tuberose, I would say. I don't really feel it very much here. And in the base, the very beautiful notes of vanilla, musk and cedar. All of them are very nice here. Obviously, to get better the base notes, I'd have to let the scent develop longer on my skin, but because I managed to wear it for a few weeks now, I remember how exactly it dries down. So in the dry down, you get the vanilla, which adds to the sweetness of the plum, but also gives more of a sexy vibe, whereas the jammy facet of the plum slowly starts to fade away. The musk combines really well here with the vanilla and makes the base become a bit softer and sexier, fluffier, a bit powdery too, but not overly powdery. And the little amount of cedar just makes the scent stay longer in the skin, but doesn't show off at all. You just know that it is there. It is very delicate and not too obvious. At the end though, it gets a bit more synthetic because of the powdery facet that the scent acquires, but it's not too synthetic, it's just right. So in conclusion, if you like to smell very beautiful white florals and if you love freesia and jasmine, then this one is for sure, it is for you. This scent is a white floral, a bit sweet, delicate but sexy, fluffy and soft, like a cloud scent with a bit of powdery trace at the end. When I smell this fragrance, I imagine a white fluffy cloud on a sunny day covered with freesia and jasmine. That's how I would describe this scent. The performance of this fragrance is good. The longevity on my skin is around 6 to 7 hours if I apply 6 to 8 sprays around my neck, around my hair and my wrists. The sillage is moderate as the scent is a bit discreet and not overwhelming at all. It wouldn't scream or show off. It is more sensual and leaning towards a skin type of scent at the end. So did you guess what cologne is it for by notes? Let me know in the comments below if you have any options. But when I smelled it for the first time, I instantly thought about J'adore by Dior, the white version of EDP. That one to me smells the closest to Belle by ARMAF. Let me know in the comments below if you tried this fragrance yourself already and what you think about it. Subscribe to my channel to see other fragrance reviews, and don't forget that the fragrance can create lifelong memories.